Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me today. And today is building the Super Sabre. So I'm not going to do an unboxing, I'm not going to do a big step-by-step, building thing or anything. It's just going to be, I'm going to lay it all out, get a video of that, go through the build in a photo montage. I will try to remember to take as many pictures as I can. I'm pretty terrible about it. At some point I get wrapped up into building some shocks or something, and next thing you know I miss 3 steps, but I will try my best. So I'm going to get all that stuff done. I'm going to get to building, and then we'll come back once we have it built. So we have the chassis completely built. Everything went together really well. I had no issues out of the front shocks on this build, unlike the Boomerang where the front shock just did not want to work. This one is super squishy. Works really well. There's no slowness to it. All 4 corners work really well. The overall, no issues with the build. Everything went together really well. And of course, I just built the Boomerang not too long ago, so this one was kind of fresh in the memory of how everything goes together. And, everything went together just fine. The top cover, you have to trim it a little bit more than what's marked out on the cut lines to fit in between the little arms up here. And with these arms up here, these are a little bit stiffer than the blue ones on the Boomerang. The Boomerang, if you guys remember, those things were just, flopping all over the place. Now this one, when you pick up one arm, it does push the other arm down some, but these plastics feel a good bit stiffer than those blue ones. Those blue ones were like, they might as well be rubber almost. But yeah, everything went together really well. No issues. The cover, I did kind of modify some things on here. So the factory switch for the old school Tamiya switches would screw on right here. Well, since we don't use those anymore because they come with the Hobby Wing one, I just ran the motor wires up in there, so it's a nice clean entrance. And I put a Sport Tune motor in here just because it has red wires. Red and black, you know, blends perfectly with this one. That was about the only reason. Now on this side, you have the power wires coming out in that slot that's designated for it. And on this one, I was looking at that little weird shaped notch. I'll put a picture up over here. But that little weird shaped notch in the chassis, you know, it's almost the right size for that little dovetail of the switch to slide into. So what I did is, looking at it, I just chamfered the edges of the plastic of the chassis just a teeny tiny bit, just enough to let that switch slide down in there. And then I just put 2 little drops of E6000 on the back of the switch, slid it down into the slot, and once that fully cures, you know, we're not gonna have any problems with the switch moving. And you know, I just cut out a little window in the clear body up here to get to the switch. So now I can just reach up underneath the body, turn the switch on and off, and don't have to pull the body off at all to, you know, turn it on or off or anything like that. The cover should protect everything really nice. The undercover in the steering area is also another level of protection. But overall, you know, I can't complain. Great build, no issues with the front end. Those working a whole lot better. I don't know what was up with that shock on the Boomerang. I'm thinking that there's something wrong with the molding of the bottom of that shock that just wasn't quite perfect and is causing the binding in that yellow one, because, you know, these are exact same shocks, it's just red versus yellow, and this works flawlessly. And I don't know. But anyway, the body, I still need to do the decals on it. I'm just kind of tired at the moment and don't want to hyper concentrate on trying to cut super straight lines. But the body, I love, and I know some people want to paint theirs custom colors, and that's cool. But, you know, occasionally having a pre-painted, pre-cut, pre-done body, it's so nice. You know, all I have to do is cut the decals and put them on, and we're good to go. Now, mounting the wing, this is a different body style than I'm used to, for sure. It's kind of a one-off, but you have 2 screws back here, and this little under wing that's kind of almost a continuation of the body, screws on back here, 2 machine screws and lock nuts, so they won't back off on you. And then underneath, where it mounts to the body up here, it's just a real thin strip of double-sided tape. Now in the manual they tell you to put 1 little piece right here. What I did is I cut a long strip out of a full strip of that double-sided tape stuff that they give you. I cut 1 long thin strip, put it onto the wing bottom, and then I just got it started, folded it over, you know, this much of the paper. I went ahead and mounted the wing back here where the screw holes are, and then I was able to flip the body over, grab the little tab of paper, pull it off, exposing all the double sticky tape edge there, and just kind of got it lined up and started working it down, and, you know, it worked perfectly. So maybe a tip for you guys, you don't have to kind of plan for it or have some extra double-sided tape on hand. I happen to have a long strip. So if you're planning ahead and you're just now getting your kit and ready to build it, cut off a long thin strip, you know, wide enough to fit in there. You don't want it to fill up the entirety, you know, so about half the width of that little band, and you'll still have plenty for your ESC and your receiver and anything else you may need double sticky tape for. You'll still have plenty. But with the decals on here, this thing is going to look fabulous. I'm really digging the look of this one. And let's go ahead and get the Boomerang down. Oops. Now with these 2 guys side by side, you know, that's just awesome. Now I do have to put together and paint the driver figure for this, and I still have the driver figure upstairs almost fully painted. I just need to do some touch-ups on it, but I'll get this done tonight, get him finished, and then we'll have both of these done tomorrow morning. So I will see you once we get that wrapped up. Alright guys, we have the buggy all done up, and I have to say I am in love with the way this thing looks. You know, stickers went on really well. Now what I did to put the stickers on, I didn't use soapy water method or anything like that. All I did was just cut the stickers out completely for the stripes all the way around, and these side stripes I just cut them all the way out, and then, you know, peel up a corner, get it started. So like on these little swooshes, I peeled up this corner back here. I got it to where it was lined up perfectly in this groove and got the sticker position, peeled that, or stuck that down, peeled the rest of the backing off up until about here, and then stuck that down, peeled the last little bit off, and then finished sticking the sticker down. That way it's right in the position where you need it. Now, this whole stripe here is a little tricky. It's not bad. There's no real good defined start and stop point. Really, the best indicator of where you need to start and stop is this little corner right here, because it's kind of got a little like a peaky cut, and you need those stripes to come all the way up to where the peaks are just over top of the wing. So basically you just kind of have to eyeball the gap all the way around to get these stickers lined up. I actually started with these and got the bottom one on first, kind of using this one as a guide. You know, it's tricky. With them cut out, you can kind of get your stickers where you want it, put a little piece of green tape or blue tape or whatever you have, hold this one in place, and then you can get the bottom one on, then get the side one on, and then get the one up on here on the top that wraps over, and then the little two tiny ones on the back, you can just eyeball those. Everything else I just stuck on. You know, cut the sticker out, peel the sticker, you know, put it on the tip of a hobby knife, get it lined up, press it down, you're good to go. The rest of them are pretty easy. Now, the only thing I did different is this area right here just seemed plain. You know, it has like the little like electric emblem and shock hazard emblem. I didn't put those on. So I had a spare set of decals. I used a GR Racing Fuel and a Super Gripper. So we have those lined up. It is a little bit trickier on this side because you have the dent where the antenna is supposed to come up. Now I just basically move the GR Fuel up there and the Super Gripper down on the bottom. So it is a little bit different from side to side, but you know, you're not gonna look at both sides at the same time. Other than that, you know, I'm super happy with it. Now I have seen some posts online about people being concerned about their front end being kind of notchy, and when you run it on the bench like this, the front end has so much droop that it's binding up in the cups. But once you get a battery in it and get some weight on there, the arms level out and you don't have any binding. It's only when they're at full droop. So once I get a battery in here, you know, it's going to weigh the car down a little bit. You're not going to have that binding. It's only when you have it as far as it'll go that you can kind of feel it as you go around. So don't worry about that. Otherwise, everything went perfectly. Super happy with it. I am going to get this one out for a run. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the boomerang out as well. We'll see how dirty this one gets. You know, I don't want to have to clean up two of them at the same time. This one, a little bit less, should probably get underneath the body and the wing. So I should be able to keep this one a little bit cleaner and a little bit easier to clean up if the track is wet. If it's dry enough, I can run the other one, then I will try to get the boomerang out as well. Get the GoPro set up so we'll get some good lap footage and stuff. And, you know, I'm going to end it up here. So everybody out there, you guys be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. Enjoy the run footage.